Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Plague Inc. Evolved with me, Lathrix, and welcome to probably the longest description I'm ever going to read fully for any scenario, but it seems like this mini-story is only fitting for the Plague and certainly sets the scene. So before we even play the Plague for the first time, let's get straight into the description. Dr. Robert Jackson, a case study into the remains of Dratchmore Tomb, Scotland. We have set up camp near an excavation site and are still waiting on the crane to arrive and lift the 4 tons of stone out of the entrance to the tomb. Harris is spooked by the whole business. He claims to hear peculiar whispers when he goes near the ruins. But we are sure that he is simply imagining these sounds. I, on the other hand, cannot wait to begin the excavation. The crane arrived at 10 o'clock this morning and began lifting the boulder out of the way, but the engineer working the machine suddenly took ill, fainting at the controls and dropping the blockade some 10 meters to the ground. Sorry, the blockage rather. The blockade would be far more interesting. Smashing it into pieces. The poor fellow has been taken away to the hospital, but the vehicle remains. Quite odd indeed. But at least the way is clear now. The excavation is now underway, but 4 of my hired workers have run off scared, screaming profanities and apparently fearing for their own lives, and the lives of those who still continue. With them gone, I've only 6 workers left to finish the dig, and so I've doubled their pay to keep them happy. Strangely enough, I lost count 5 times in a row while counting the bills, and even dropped a 50 in the mud. I assume that I'm just tired from the digging, and so will retire to bed early tonight and advise the crew to do the same. I woke this morning to find Harris wandering the halls of the tomb, completely mute and hunched over like an ape. When I shook him to see if he was simply sleepwalking, which you're not meant to do, he turned on me and bit my arm open with sharpened teeth. You see, I told you shouldn't have tried to wake him up. Also, teeth. The others quickly subdued and detained him, while I tended to my wound. Approximately 5 hours later, I began to feel dizzy and lost circumstance for the rest of the day. I lost consciousness for the rest of the day. You see, I speak devolutioned human. This is Emily speaking. No, not trying to do the voice, although I really should get my fiancée in here considering her name is Emily. I am not sure how long it will be before the police arrive, but until then, I've hidden from the others and contacted HQ with Robert's laptop. They've all turned into she's very calm about all this. They've all turned into primal beasts, and Harris is writhing around on the floor, eating his own feces like a primate. It seems that his tomb held an ancient curse, and Robert has just opened it. If my theory is correct, this curse has the power to reverse the increase of Homo sapien intelligence, and will eventually wipe out all mankind. God help us. Of course, their god isn't listening, but Nurgle has been listening very intently, and has his humble messenger. Let's begin. So, I'll have probably put a little thing in the description to actually skip past all that. Anyway, the scenario is called Devolution, as I didn't actually say that. So, let's load it up again, and let's get started. And in fact, it's loaded up fast enough. So, it's a plague. We'll leave all the usual stuff, and by a plague I mean a virus. We're playing normal, and we are the curse of... I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. The curse of Tomb D. Time to reverse time. Time reverse to time. The curse has been freed from its ancient tomb and is now ready to begin its domination over mankind. The poor excavation team responsible for freeing it has already been infected, giving you an already existing foothold in the world. Use this unfortunate opportunity to your horrible advantage. Ancient virus, slow to react to change, but extremely severe. Make sure that the whole world is infected before beginning your expansion into symptoms. Don't tell me what to do, I don't tell you how to do your job. Okay, so transmissions, we have air, we have water, we have blood, we have livestock, we have bird, we have rodent, and we have insect. All the usual stuff. Hello there. We We have neural link going into the reversal of the mind. The curse is now focused on eradicating any trace of human thought and replacing them with primal instincts. Reversal of the body. The curse is now focused on reverting the bodies of all Homo sapiens to their original forms. We have cold resistance, we have heat resistance, and we have drug resistance. Did they give us wealth? Good, we did. Okay, so we can actually affect wealthy countries with ease. The thing is, though, if I only stick with transmissions, I'm not going to get any DNA, because severity equals red DNA bubbles increasing in DNA. That was a roundabout way to say that, it must be said. Well, we've got water level 1, because, well, we're a humid country here in the old UK, so that certainly makes sense. Perhaps I'll go for level 2 soon enough. I kind of... You know what? Screw it, I'm going down symptoms. I don't listen to what people tell me how to play games. I apparently have devolved. That sentence made very little sense. Listen to it again in slow motion for a drunk Lathrix trying to speak. No, I'll wait for you. Go ahead. Rewind the video and play that little bit in slow motion. Wasn't that hilarious? Okay, let's carry on. So in transmission, I'll probably go into water level 2 in a second. Thank you, psychic virus. we just evolved it all by itself because I have the... Not transstasis, we have the base oxidization. Your plague can mutate transmissions, easier to cure. That's rather cool. However, I still want this though. The curse begins to force the growth of additional hair on the body, taking it one step closer to reverting the human body to a more beautiful primal form. As soon as it starts spreading, okay, let's get air level 1. I wonder how many people are still playing this in slow motion. Maybe I should start speaking really quick. Or play it in ×2. I actually do watch a lot of YouTube videos in ×2 because I'm an impatient sod. And considering I don't speak particularly quickly, maybe ×2 would be... Hello, we just spread like. Okay, never mind, let's go to air level 2. I was just kind of filling in the void. Livestock level 1 has mutated, fantastic. Air level 2, water level 2, and livestock level 1. However, because of our lack of severity, we're only getting 1 DNA per spread, and 2 from Italy, because we do have the bonus to occasionally get 2 likes. So, okay, let's get that instead. The body of the infected begins to contort, causing them to gain a hunched back. There we go. Don't want that just yet. See, there's the thing, I do need the severity. Because look how little DNA I'm getting. It's not good. But that's... fine, let's get that and then no more. Deforms it. The curse begins to form tumours within the bones of the infected, forcing them to hobble and shuffle about. Well, that's rather torturous, it must be said. And also extremely expensive. Perhaps I'll try to mutate. There's actually... well... Okay, so essentially, one of the genes I've used for the virus in its, when you get to choose genes, allows there to be a small chance, instead of symptoms, you mutate a transmission. And we're getting only transmission mutations, which means one of two things. Either A, I've got a really weird sense of luck, or B, these have had their stats changed so that their mutation chance is much lower, because I do know that is a possible thing you can do in the scenario creator. Anyway, we need some heat resistance. We've got cold resistance by default by starting off in the UK. So let's get level 1 drug. We already have pretty good effectiveness in the wealthy regions, but let's increase it slightly, and then let's get level 2 heat resistance. That should be all we need. It certainly looks like it. Okay, we're now giving our poor fellows tumours. Oh, and that was a free mutation as well. Excellent. The curse forces the temples to explode forward rapidly. Ugh. Nearly completing the... Oh, I think it explode as in literally explode as in BOOM! Look, your head's all the way across the room. And the other side of the room. And underneath you and above you and in my face. Ew. Nearly completing the Neanderthalic... Is that how you say that? Phallic image? I don't know, it makes you look like a Neanderthal. And causing others to avoid them, decreasing infectivity. But it doesn't. I'm guessing it's a silent ability there. It really does seem like mutation's the way to go, considering how expensive all these things are. So let's go into the insect level 2, the rodent level 2, the bird level 1, the bird level 2. There we go, that'll massively increase our mutation chance. In fact, do we have the... I may even go into viral instability fairly soon. We got to Greenland! The world is a better place. Now, please go to Wow, this virus is psychic. Every time I've said do something, it did it. I always wanted my viruses to be sentient and psychic. Okay, so we've pretty much got the entire world locked down now. So let's go full-on viral instability. I can't see how else we're going to do it, considering how expensive everything is. Total organ reversal. The curse has now completely taken over the host's body, reverting all but the brain to its original state, and trapping the human's mind inside an ancient body. For 103 DNA. Just putting it out there, that's a lot. Let's go down this route now. Confusion! The curse causes bouts of confusion in the host, harder to concentrate on complete work. Dyslexia. I don't want one of my own symptoms to be here. The curse begins to revert the synapses in the brain while maintaining neurotransmitter complexity, causing the host's intelligence to gradually degrade. Oh, come on now. We're not that bad if we have dyslexia. Dyspraxia. The curse now begins to degrade neurotransmitters within the brain, causing extreme confusion and inability to perform complex, dexterous tasks. Once again, extremely high DNA cost. Whoa, Canada, why you no be infected like, friend? Do you need more drug resistance? I think you do. Also, I'm still evolving transmissions. There we go. Your healthcare is nothing in the face of Nurgle. Can we please stop mutating transmissions now? That is literally going to be our downfall. Thank you. Okay, well, you have every single transmission now, so I assume the symptoms will work. Dementia. The curse now has full control over the host's brain and begins to eradicate all human thought, destroying most of the memories held inside. Oh, that's depressing as hell. Primal instincts. The curse begins to replace the memories it has destroyed with ancient reflexes, inspiring aggression, animalistic eating habits, and primitive sexual desires, as opposed to all those newfangled versions with the weird angles. Humans have now been reverted to the primal creatures that once roamed the earth. You win! You win! Ha! Go on, Canada, be infected, you know you want to. I mean, to be fair, the world was full of Neanderthalic creatures anyway, to be perfectly honest, so this is just making them go one step further. And, because why not, let's get genetic reshuffle. Yay! Do we make the win? I've won! Humans have now been reverted to Neanderthals, and the planet is safe from their uprising once more. The curse will now return to the tomb, seal itself inside, and wait for the cycle to repeat. Victory! You have successfully reverted mankind. Well, that wasn't bad. Let's say yes, I would recommend it. Actually, I would. It was certainly enjoyable for the time spent playing it. Even if it did make fun of a symptom I have. But, yeah, it was perfectly reasonable in every way. I think 4 or 3.5, actually. I would say 3 out of half. 3.5 Neanderthalic... it sounds... Phallic sounds... No. 3.5 Neanderthals out of 5. That's why I'm writing this. It was good. It was enjoyable. It just really lacked complexity. It was simply a matter of you should just make the virus evolve things and then just win. There wasn't any real choice in the matter. It was basically on autopilot. I think some custom transmissions and some custom, well, more symptoms would definitely do this well. I don't think abilities, actually maybe even abilities would do decently, but just some transmissions to do with the more ape-like humans, you know, touching things, and I mean, you made them eat feces in the entries, so you can imagine how feces could be used to infect other people, you know, throwing it or just leaving it everywhere. Just a horrible, disgusting suggestion, and then multiple things like that, and the whole biting apes and everything. It was never used, it was just the regular disease, and then not much really happened, so I think it has a really cool concept, and I really want to see this one again in the future done a little bit more with a little bit more complexity. I feel like it's unfinished but good, so really hope to see that again in the future. And of course, if you have enjoyed the video and you want to see more of Plague Inc. in the future, then of course likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff and more all helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly shows that Plague Inc. is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.